Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Poppy. Happy birthday to you. So what are we making here, baby? Sunday bowls or what?
Yeah.
So I can't mess with that stuff right there.
That's why this is for you. Fruit ball.
I ain't that.
Champion's dessert.
Andre's 9, just turned 9 today.
You remember when you were 9?
Yeah, I just started boxing when I was 9. I had my first fight when I was 10. I lost, but I really won. I really won. I'm serious.
No complaining about
No, I'm serious. I really won that fight. I was devastated, but we avenged the loss and we kept moving. This is the WBA belt, and this was a surprise. I wasn't expecting this. Kessler was the 168-pound super champ. So now I'm the super champ, and this is a beautiful belt, man. It's one thing to win a title, but the work really starts after you win it. It's about reigning and keeping them as long as you possibly can. So the work has officially started. I don't think it's time for the trophy case yet. We have a lot of work still to be done. When my career is over, then I'll finally get that trophy case and be able to say, man, wow, I've had a pretty good career.
Oh! That was from behind the goal. The boy's nasty. Irvin Magic. I stay at John Davis' house when I'm here. He stays in Florida, so this is where I come to train at. Superfly, John David Jackson, a.k.a. Rick James, a.k.a. Superfly. Welcome to my home. In the house. See, John loves himself, too. John David Jackson, John David Jackson, John David Jackson. See, it's funny. Whose belt is that? See, that's the WBA belt he has on this picture. That's a sign. Hi.
His shot's long overdue, and this is his motivating factor. This is what he wanted. You know, for years they've been avoiding him, and now it's his time. So he wants it.
I read an article on Burning Forest years ago, right before I turned pro, and he said he finally got a title shot after 7 years, and I was like, man, that's crazy. I don't want to be one of those guys. But when you're that good and you have that kind of style where guys avoid you, it just happens. And lo and behold, I was one of those guys. I'm gonna blow this kid out of the water. And I will shock everybody when I win the whole thing, because there's nobody in the tournament that can beat me. Nobody.
A very confident Allan Green. And earlier tonight, we invited you to respond to our text message poll question where we asked you if you thought Allan Green will make it to the Super 6 semifinals. Well, the results are in, and you voted no.
Apparently, people feeling that without that extra fight, not enough time for him to make it, but he is a knockout puncher, and you get 3 points for a knockout win if you can get one.
Well, you know, win, lose, or draw tonight, he's still not out of it. I mean, he can have one last gallant effort against Mikhail Kessler that gets him in that semifinal. So
got 2 fights to get it.
So we are ready for the main event of the evening, the WBA Super Middleweight Championship. Andre Ward against Allan Green. The last fight of Group Stage 2 of the Super 6 World Boxing Classic, and a fight critical to both men's advancement to the tournament semifinals. Now let's go up into the ring to the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for the Super 6 World Boxing Classic. Please welcome the boxers as they make their way to the ring. First, here is the challenger tonight making his tournament debut. Please welcome Sweetness, Allan Green.
Allan Green, a 6-1 underdog, enters the ring confident and well prepared for the biggest moment of his life. He's waited patiently. He's waited angrily for this golden opportunity, and tonight he plans on showing the world in spectacular fashion that he's the best super middleweight on the planet.
You know, he's coming in right now. He has sweat on him. He has to remember the struggle. I mean, when he was watching these guys perform on television, the feeling that was in his heart, he has to use that, channel that as a positive to dig down deep to get this victory tonight.
And you know, in our fighter meetings, we saw maybe a revealing moment into his psyche, because he apparently had a little piece of paper there, and he wrote on it over and over again, and the new champion, and it was like as if he was channeling it into writing to see what Jimmy Lennon would sound like. But he left the paper there, and then when Andre Ward came, we discovered it later, Andre Ward wrote a big notch over everything. So a little battle on the paper, these two fighters.
Allan Green enters the big stage after 8 years, his first opportunity at a world title.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is Oakland's own WBA World Champion, Andre S.O.G. Ward.
Andre Ward returns to the site of his greatest accomplishment. Last November, he turned in a mesmerizing performance against Mikkel Kessler to win his first world title. Tonight, he defends it for the first time once again in his hometown against a man hell-bent on taking it.
You know, a lot going on here tonight. And one of the things is Andre Ward, who is a great student of not only the game but everything happening in boxing, is keenly aware that no one has lost at home yet in the Super 6 tournament. He really wants to make sure that doesn't happen here tonight.
And even saying that, Al, I mean, one of the more focused young men I've had the luxury to meet. He just really understands where he's at, the moment, and he's seizing it. You know, he's grounded, he's very religious, and he takes that in the ring with him each and every time out.
Oracle Arena, Oakland, California, once again. A dynamic, energetic crowd ready to root on their hometown hero, Andre Ward. Ward started boxing at the age of 9. He played high school football, strong safety, had an opportunity to eventually play college football, but passed it up to stay with boxing. And there, a tribute to our colleague, Nick Charles.
Nick, of course, convalescing and in his battle with cancer, and Andre Ward sending out a wonderful message to Nick, and echo a sentiment we all echo here at Showtime.
Andre, son of God Ward. So that brings us to the numbers. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape.
Some interesting numbers here, and one of the most interesting is the weight for Allan Green at 166 pounds. This is someone who wants to fight at the light heavyweight division when his tournament's over. He may have overshot the mark by a couple of pounds and maybe even overtrained. Now, he's got the big reach advantage, Allan Green, and that's important because he wants to establish his jab in this fight.
Allan Green told us he came in at 166 because he wanted to make sure that he made weight. Will the reduction cost him? And the rules for tonight's WBA championship fight.
The unified rules with a few wrinkles. There's no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. Now here in California, the referee or the doctor can stop the fight. You can't be saved by the bell in any round. After 4 rounds, if there is a clash of heads or some other foul that causes the fight to be stopped, they would go to the scorecards. And one more caveat to that, they will score any partially concluded rounds.
So here at Oracle Arena in Oakland, California, we are ready for Andre Ward versus Allan Green. Let's go back to our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and welcome to the home of the